Cubs beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-3. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have a complete sports roundup for you in just a moment.
Yeah, another bourbon.
Coming right up.
Here's the news bulletin from the nation's capital. Washington officially this morning denies rumors of enemy planes over northern Alaska. Meanwhile, there's been no lessening of international tension, and informed sources refuse to discount the possibility of all-out war.
Shut that thing off. I got enough war talk at home.
You can say that again.
Meanwhile, in Italy, the communists caused another riot
Quiet,
today as communists marched down Rome.
That'll hold you. I wish I could keep him that quiet when he comes in here.
Customer of yours?
Yeah, the TV station's right down the street. And what do you think the lug drinks?
A shay flip.
Oh, you must know him, huh?
No.
And you've seen him in here.
No.
Well, then how did you
He
know?
looks like the sort of person who'd drink a shay flip.
Say, he does it that.
Hi, Tim. How about a beer?
Why, sure. Is you working today?
Yeah, but I thought I'd work in a nice, cool bar. Mind if I start with you, sir? My name's Potter, Vince Potter. I'm a commentator for station TVNY. Would you mind answering a question for tomorrow's program?
You, going to use it on television?
That's the idea.
Well, gosh, I'll be glad to.
Good. First, I'll get your name and address, huh?
Ed Mulberry, Boulder County, Arizona.
Arizona. Occupation?
I'm a cattle raiser.
Cattle raiser. Now, here's today's question. Are you for or against the universal draft? Now, by that, I mean draft everything. Soldiers for the Army, factories for war work, labor for factories, the whole business.
Well, there's too much government and business already. You take cattle now. One bureau shoves the cost of feed up, and another keeps the price of beef down. That's why I cut my herd down to 3,000 head this year.
Oh.
I'd have raised 5,000 if they hadn't put price controls on. Another bourbon. And do they soak you with those income taxes? Oh, brother.
You pay a high income tax?
Plenty.
You must make a great deal of money.
I do all right. Well, down with taxes.
What would you like, honey?
A scotch over ice.
You know, I don't know why you New Yorkers drink scotch. Stuff tastes like medicine to me.
What do you drink in San Francisco?
A daiquiri.
That sounds like a sissy drink to me.
I just like the cracked ice.
Scotch and a cracked ice.
I beg your pardon. I'm Vince Potter.
Yeah?
Television station TVNY.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to ask you both a question. But first, may I have your name, sir?
Sylvester. George Sylvester.
Your occupation?
I'm a tractor manufacturer.
Tractor maker. Your name? Miss?
Miss Sanford. Carla Sanford.
Telephone number?
Rhineland 1717.
Now, look here.
It's all right, George. I listen to Mr. Potter every Friday. His program is very popular in New York.
So is he, evidently.
Thank you. Now, here's tonight's question, Mr. Sylvester. Are you for or against the universal draft? Army, labor, factory, everything.
Draft factories, that's communism.
Communism. That's a good quote.
They tried that on me last week, but I told them where to get off.
Last week, where was that?
My plant. They sent an Army major in to see me. It would take me 6 months to get in production on these tank parts. In the meantime, what would happen to my tractor sales?
The Army needs tanks, Mr. Sylvester.
Oh, sure. I'd like to hear you tell it to some of my dealers.
If your dealers are good Americans, they'll know that tanks are more important than tractors.
All they know is if they don't get tractors to sell, they're out of business.
If an enemy nation conquered America, they'd be out of business for good.
A fair chance. I'm sorry, Major. I'd like to accommodate you. But I've spent 10 years in building up my sales organization, and I'm not going to throw it away to do the government a favor.
Mr. Sylvester, if people like you won't cooperate with your government willingly, the day may come when we'll be forced to take over your plants without asking your permission.
Over my dead body. Now, let me tell you something, Major. The people of this country will never stand for a police state. And you can go back to Washington and tell them that for me. Yes, sir. Just because he was wearing a major's uniform, he thought he could threaten me. But I sure told him off.
You sure did. How about you, Miss Sanford? Do you believe in drafting women as well as men?
Well, it all depends on what you want to draft us for.
War work. I mean, labor in a munitions factory, for instance.
I worked in a factory for a while during the last war. It ruined my hand, so I quit.
Another drink, Tim, for everybody. Excuse me, gentlemen and young lady. Haraway's my name. Congressman Haraway. I'm just in New York for over the weekend.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's nice to know you, too. Valuable work you're doing, young man. Seeking the voice of the people. I believe in it. That's the American way, the democratic way.
Thank you, sir. That's Arthur Haraway, isn't it, of Illinois?
Arthur V., thank you, young man. You won't mention the locale of our interview, of course?
Oh, of course not.
Some of my constituents might not understand, you know. Well, gentlemen, speaking in the voice of the people, I don't believe that anyone hears it with the same regularity as a congressman. Hundreds of letters coming in every week. People telling you what they're for, what they're against. Let me tell you what they're against. They're against communists. Yes, sir, they want communism destroyed wherever it rears its ugly head. Another thing the people don't like is war. No, sir, they don't like war at all. They don't want it.
Thanks.
Are you against war, sir?
Yes, I'm against it. Thank you.
Another thing the people don't like are these high taxes. Sending all that money to Europe. Yes, sir, what my constituents want are lower taxes. Do you want lower taxes?
Oh, none at all.
Maybe I better get you in this symposium, too. May I have your name, sir?
My name is Oman.
Oman. Oh, yeah, like the band leader. O-H-M-A-N, isn't it?
Will do.
Uh-huh. Your occupation, Mr. Oman?
I'm a forecaster.
Weather forecaster. Now, what do you think of the draft?
I think America wants new leadership.
New leadership? What kind of leadership do you suggest?
I suggest a wizard.
A what?
A wizard, like Merlin, who could kill his enemies by wishing them dead. That's the way we'd like to beat communism now, by wishing it dead. The manufacturer wants more war orders and lower taxes. Labor wants more consumer products and a 30-hour week. The college boy wants a stronger army and a deferment for himself. The businessman wants a bigger Air Force and a new Cadillac. The housewife wants security and an electric dishwasher. Everybody wants a strong America, and we all want the same man to pay for it. George. Let George do it.
I disagree with you. I don't want to let George do it.
You must be the exception.
No, I'm George.
Oh, that's a hot one.
Everyone wants George to do it.
Except George.
A very good joke. But wars are not won by making jokes. To win a war, a nation must concentrate.
What's that guy yakking about? Something big going on. Speak up, jerk.
No longer a rumor. The blue alert is on. No official word from Washington yet.
Official word on what?
But here's a news bulletin from United Press. A wireless operator from Seal Point, Alaska, reports over 500 planes were seen at 4:20 this afternoon.
500 planes? What kind of planes?
They passed over Seal Point at an altitude of 10,000 feet, heading south. A dispatch from Washington. All military leaves are canceled. Members of the armed forces are to report to the nearest headquarters immediately.
This sounds serious.
I've got to get back to the station. Goodbye. Everybody.
Nome, Alaska. More than 50 reports from all over the territory have now been received. Hundreds of unidentified aircraft are unquestionably moving south across Alaska. The latest report comes from the seaport of Peace Harbor.
All planes are here. Attention all civilian air personnel. Report any observations on the identity of the approaching planes to the Alaskan High Command immediately. I repeat.
Here they come.
Attention all civilian air personnel. Report any observations on the identity of the approaching planes to the Alaskan High Command immediately.
Can you see their markings? Not yet. They're coming at us.
Hold that flight down.
Peace Harbor calling no. Peace Harbor calling no. The enemy. Here.
Bring those bombs.
binoculars. Here is the target for Group A for Atlas, B for Berlin, C for Canada, D for Dover.
This is Knox Manning again, ladies and gentlemen. Unconfirmed reports state that our jet fighter planes have already engaged the enemy. From the United Press correspondent in Fairbanks, Alaska, it's now certain that the United States has been attacked without warning. 3 civil airports in Alaska have been captured. A dozen more don't reply to urgent radio calls. There's a great deal of static in the northwest, probably due to enemy jamming of the airwaves. The big mystery now is why have no cities been attacked? Why did the enemy throw away surprise, yet fail to drop a single atom bomb?
He's captured all civilian airfields in Alaska. Why? He must plan to use them for staging an attack on our factories, our cities, our shipyards, and our airfields.
He's made several attacks on the Pacific Fleet, but was completely wiped out.
G2 reports that the attacking forces are wearing American uniforms.
Well, the question now, is he going to use his A-bomb?
That is the airfield. Make ready.
All right, you guys, scramble. This is it.
Ahead is airfield. Make ready to bomb.
Bombs away. Bombs away.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the long-awaited blow has fallen. The atom bomb has been dropped on the United States of America. Washington, 10:30 p.m. The Joint Chiefs of Staff are now in session. So far, there have been official reports of only 3 A-bomb drops: Fletcher Field, Alexander May, and Custer Field. But unofficial information is to the effect that additional military objectives have been hit in the Northwest and on the Pacific coast. The bombs used are reported to be nearly as strong as the American bomb dropped on Nagasaki. We now interrupt this news summary to take you to Washington, D.C.
And so, another day of infamy has come within your lifetime and mine. Thousands of Americans have died victims of this treacherous attack. But it will not go unpunished. At this very minute, hundreds of our fastest bombers are speeding toward the enemy's homeland. We shall bomb their bases and their armies, their factories and their railroads, their harbors and their oil fields. Our own atom bomb, more powerful than any the world has ever known, will wreak a terrible vengeance upon that nation whose long threat to the peace of the world today became a reality. While our bombers are carrying the war to the enemy's homeland, American fighter planes and the air arm of our fleet are valiantly defending the shores of our Pacific coast.
Pilots, man your planes. Pilots, man your planes.
Back wing. Right there, get here.
Upon all Americans to join ranks in this bitter struggle with the forces of evil. Forces that will never rest until they have conquered the earth, or are themselves conquered by the united strength of the free peoples of the world.
Not enough?
Turn it off.
Where's the congressman?
He left for Washington a couple hours ago.
How about the fellow Oman?
He's gone, too.
Can you imagine those guys attacking the United States of America?
Yeah, well, we'll shove it down their throats.
This is it. The final game of the World Series, and we're the home team.
Give me a beer, Tim, while I got some voice left, will you? Hi.
Hi. Is it as bad as it sounds?
Worse.
What's the inside joke, Prince?
Well, we've lost part of the state of Washington. About 50 military airfields in the west. They were knocked out by atom bombs. It was like a modern kamikaze attack. No matter how many planes we shot down, they kept coming until one got through. The Navy Air Arm is operating from carriers off the coast of Oregon. They've taken a terrific toll of enemy planes.
How about the cities in California?
You mean San Francisco?
Yeah.
Hasn't been attacked yet.
Thank God for that.
But they hit a shipyard in the state of Washington. 20,000 dead.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
But what are they up to? I mean, they wouldn't just drop a few bombs and let it go at that.
Well, there was a rumor that they were dropping parachute troops near Puget Sound. In American uniforms. Turn it on again, will you, Tim? We were trying to pick up at Tacoma Station by microwave when I left.
Do you think there'll be an actual invasion?
I wish I knew.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? I mean that this is actually happening to us.
Yeah, right here in the United States.
Look at that.
More than 2,000 enemy paratroopers dropping in a semicircle around the supply depot. Camp Lewis itself has been destroyed by an atom bomb. The National Guard is being mobilized, and civilians are meeting the invasion with calm courage. Here's another remote control view from our portable equipment. Here are regular American troops, survivors of the bombing of Camp Lewis, fighting with the invading paratroopers. This is probably the first picture ever taken of American soldiers shooting at an invader on American soil. Here's the target. Enemy paratroopers landing in a field near Puget Sound. We are taking these pictures from station TVWN's portable cameras, equipped with telescopic lens. But even so, our mobile unit is within a quarter of a mile of the actual battlefront. There goes one. But it will take more than a handful of riflemen to hold back the thousands of well-equipped troops who are dropping out of the skies above us here in the state of Washington. We're having trouble with our picture. I hope our microwave is getting through to the east. We want all Americans to know.
Ladies and gentlemen, our connection with Tacoma has been broken. We will restore it if and when we can. Meanwhile, here is official confirmation of an earlier rumor. Washington, D.C., the Department of Defense announces that the Pacific shipyards have been destroyed by atom bombing. The same bomb smashed the business district of the city, with casualties estimated between 20 and 50,000. I guess I'd better get back to San Francisco.
You think it's safe?
It's my town.
You going to try for an airplane ticket?
That's what I had in mind.
I think I'll go along with you. See if I can get one for Arizona.
When I get back home, I'll tell Edna that I'm not likely to forget my dinner date with a cousin. Oh, dinner. I haven't fed you yet.
You go find your plane ticket. I'm not hungry anyway.
You see that she gets home safe.
I'll make it my personal responsibility.
Goodbye, then.
Take care of yourself, George.
Good luck.
This is an emergency announcement. This is an emergency announcement. Every able-bodied citizen is requested to report to the nearest hospital to give blood for the Red Cross.
It's a nightmare. This can't be happening.
It was a cinch to happen. Last time I met a girl I really liked, they bombed Pearl Harbor.
What happened to the girl?
War ended.
Extra paper, America invaded, read all about it. Extra paper, America invaded, read all about it. Extra.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, nothing for New Orleans. Anything for Minneapolis? Nothing for Minneapolis.
Anything for Omaha?
All flights for Omaha are sold out.
Well, how about tomorrow?
Tomorrow and all next week.
Oh.
I wonder if you can help me. My wife is very ill in Dallas.
I can get you a reservation a week from next Tuesday, but you'll have to get a priority. Here's where you apply for it, sir. Could I get a ticket to Gardner Field, Montana? Gardner Field, Montana? That's right. Is this a business trip? No, I want to go home. My husband's there and my children, they're with him. I'm sorry, madam. All flights to Gardner Field have been discontinued. Discontinued? For how long? I'm afraid permanently. There hasn't been an attack. Early this morning. Was it serious? An A-bomb.
I don't think we'll do any good here.
You know, there's a bellhop at my hotel. Knows all the angles.
Maybe this isn't the time for angles.
You're right. Any chance to get to Phoenix or Tucson?
All sold out.
How about San Francisco?
Still a few spaces left, if you can get a priority. Apply for it here.
Thanks.
You know, I think I'll try for San Francisco with you. Maybe I can rent a car there and drive home.
Fine, come along.
I'd like a ticket to Seattle.
I'm sorry.
Gentlemen, are you sure you understood my instructions? We have lost air groups 8 and 9, and there are still 2 fields remaining. Here and here. You know our plans. Regardless of losses, concentrate 2 air groups on each one. Strike immediately with atom bombs.
Yes, Excellency.
And order the attack on San Francisco placed in the ready stage.
Immediately, Excellency. New York Flight 289 to San Francisco Tower. Request landing instructions.
Tower to TWA, Flight 289. Land on Strip 3.
This is KRO, San Francisco. While no A-bombs have fallen on California, an unofficial report from Northern California states that 6 ships flying the flags of 6 different nations were intercepted by the United States Navy and found to be carrying enemy personnel and equipment.
Turn it off, will you, Mac?
Anything you say.
To Golden Gate. There is San Francisco.
Enemy planes, open fire.
What's that?
That is the target.
On the way.
There's my plant just up ahead. Pull up the curve.
How do you like them guys? Bombing San Francisco yet?
We never got bombed in the last war.
You never got it, brother. I was in Guam. Anybody got a cigarette?
Have a cigar.
Oh, thanks. Anybody got a light?
What's the chance of hiring your cab to drive me to Arizona?
Hey, need to get out of this town.
Good luck.
And as the sun sets in the Pacific tonight, the all clear sounded in San Francisco, and the city by the Golden Gate had survived its first air attack. No A-bombs were used, and although our armed forces took a terrific toll of enemy planes, serious damage to San Francisco cannot be denied. Meanwhile, this station will bring you the latest news developments as rapidly as they occur. Keep tuned to this channel for further developments.
More coffee?
Please. No, it's funny. The world's coming to an end, and you and I are sitting here having dinner. What's more, I was hungry.
Know what you mean. Every once in a while, I forget what's happening in the world. I feel good. As if I'd just met a new beau.
You have.
One I like very much.
He likes you even more. War or no war, people have to eat and drink. And make love.
News bulletin. A special meeting of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has been called in Washington. There have been no further reports of bombing from the West Coast, but an unconfirmed report maintains...
Gentlemen, we've just smashed his largest A-bomb plant.
And next bomb?
4 of them. Our B-36s reached the target at 2,300. They blew a hole right through the middle of his plant.
How many workers there?
About 50,000.
How many casualties would you estimate, General?
Oh, I'd say at least half of them.
Well, what will happen if he hits New York, Chicago, the way we hit him?
It'll be tough. He's landed paratroops in California.
The enemy is dropping parachute troops on the outskirts of the city. The Army needs these tanks. We got to get on them and repair them and do them fast.
What about the tractors on the production line?
I'll get them out of the road. Dump them in the bay, anything.
Let me emphasize that it's touch and go whether we can hold the city. A dozen tanks one way or another can make all the difference.
We'll get them ready fast. Tell the men they're on a 24-hour shift until those tanks are repaired.
A 24-hour shift for what? To make more money for you? We don't have to work for this rat anymore. He's finished. All the capitalist rats are finished.
Why don't you drop dead?
Why does he want to make tanks? For profit. When he could make more money building tractors, he built tractors.
Up with hands, up!
Ah, you are here. Just in time. I'm in charge here now. You were right. Your men will work a 24-hour shift until the tanks are repaired. But it is the People's Army who will use them. Back on the job. You will get your orders. Why do people like you always think you can beat anybody with your bare hands?
If I had my life to live over.
You would build tanks in this factory. Don't worry. You still have time. Only, you will build them for us.
That's what you think.
Shut up! It would be a pleasure to kill you, too. But my orders are to keep you alive.
Yeah.
We need this factory, you see.
And you know how to run it better than anybody else. So, there is only one thing to do.
You are so dead right. And I'm just the man who can do it.
San Francisco fell at 12 o'clock today, and the invaders have established a firm foothold on American soil. Our military air bases within fighter plane range of Northern California have been knocked out by A-bombs, and it is rumored that the Army is being withdrawn to a defense line along the western borders of the Rocky Mountains. We now switch controls to Washington, D.C. for an official message.
It is my unhappy duty to report to you that despite heroic effort by our armed forces, the enemy invaders have now secured San Francisco, Oakland, Astoria, Oregon, and Port Townsend. To the people of these cities, I bring this message. Do not despair. At 10 o'clock this morning, England and France declared war on our side. All the nations included in the Atlantic Pact have risen to defend the free world. Despite the unprovoked nature of the attack, the war has not been as one-sided as it may now seem to you. For every atom bomb dropped on our country, we have taken 3 to the enemy's heartland. And we have huge stocks of atomic weapons in reserve. Stocks large enough to eventually crush the enemy on his native soil and end forever his power to make war on any nation anywhere. So be of good courage. For we have met the first shock of aggression, and we have returned blow for blow. And even as I speak to you, our Pacific Fleet is carrying the conflict to the enemy's homeland.
How do you feel?
I feel great. How much of the red stuff did you take out?
Just a pint.
The next time, I'll give you a fifth.
All right, come around in about 12 weeks. Next.
Hi, honey.
Hey, what you doing here?
Oh, I thought I'd spare you a few red corpuscles.
Swell, I can use them.
Tried to join the Air Force today.
They didn't take you?
90,000 guys are trying to join now that it's too late to train men. What they need is equipment.
What we need is blood.
You sure you know what you're doing, huh?
Please.
That's cold.
Don't be such a sissy.
Yeah, well. Sorry.
That's better. Make a fist.
Okay. You know you're beautiful.
We're ready.
Does she know what she's doing with that thing?
You can trust her.
Yeah, I don't trust I trust you. I don't trust...
You know, all we want to do is see what goes on in your veins.
All over America, long lines are forming in front of Red Cross blood bank centers. But authorities estimate that another 5 million pints are needed immediately. Even more if there are atom bomb attacks on the major centers of population.
Gosh, it's sure great to talk to my kids from Boulder City. Take the first turn to the right.
Not far to go, huh?
I'll be home in 10 minutes.
You'll be home, brother. Not me. They got a new flag over my home.
That's too bad. Got any family in San Francisco?
Just me and the cat.
I'll give the two of you a job on my ranch.
Oh, thanks.
Look at those bombers. I'm sure glad we've got a lot of them.
You said it.
Jet bombers with swept-back wings. I got you. We've just intercepted a jet attack headed this way. They think maybe the dam's the target.
How many planes? How far away?
How many planes? I got you. Last seen at 6C for Charlie. Got it. About a dozen jets 120 miles west of here. They've shot down most of them. What's that? That's them. Post 327 to command. Post 327 to command. Enemy jets approaching Boulder Dam. Enemy jets approaching Boulder Dam.
Enemy planes coming in. Open fire.
Enemy jets attacking dam.
Emergency announcement. Enemy planes are attacking Boulder Dam. I repeat, enemy planes are attacking Boulder Dam. Attention all citizens. Boulder Dam has been destroyed by enemy action. Evacuate all low ground immediately. Attention all citizens.
Stop on it. We got to get to my family.
There they are.
The dam's on.
The dam?
Yes, they bombed the Boulder Dam. Get in quick.
We can't
Hurry.
go anymore.
Hurry.
Water will be 100 feet deep here any minute.
But what happened? What happened?
Those bombers that just flew over, they weren't ours.
Can't you go any faster?
It's as fast as we'll go.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Shh, darling.
There he comes! Faster! Faster!
Destruction of Boulder Dam by an atomic missile today was only the culminating disaster in what will go down in history as Black Friday for the United States of America. At 10:27 this morning, off the coast of California, an American warship was the victim of another new atomic weapon when the carrier Crown Point suffered a direct hit by an atomic torpedo. First victim of a weapon that threatens the very existence of the United States fleet. The Crown Point waged a gallant fight for survival, but at 5:20 this afternoon, the fire reached her boiler room, and Captain Headley gave the order to abandon ship. Meanwhile, flames swept the entire state of California tonight as the people of the Pacific Coast put their industrial establishments to the torch rather than allow them to fall into enemy hands. Here is a food warehouse in Oakland, burned to the ground by its owners to keep the thousands of tons of flour and sugar it held from being used to feed the enemy. This is Richmond, California, land of Western Petroleum. 1 million gallons of high-test aeroplane gasoline go up in flames to implement the scorched earth policy, with which a resolute civilian population is meeting the first invasion of America since the War of 1812. Disaster follows disaster, as railroad employees wreck their own trains to slow the enemy drive. A steel plant, built at a cost of $50 million, burns to the ground. Part of the terrible financial balance sheet of war. Billions of dollars of property lost to the American people forever because we did not provide a strong enough army to protect ourselves.
I heard they got 10,000 transport planes flying in soldiers. They probably got 500,000 men in California by now.
A fellow I know said his brother heard they had better than 60 ships in San Francisco harbor. Says they landed a couple hundred heavy tanks and maybe 1,000 atom bombs.
The way I figure it's this. They must know they can't fight all the way across the United States, so this landing's just a diversion, see? I mean, they're just waiting for us to send our whole army out west. Then they'll overrun Europe.
Bases. That's what they're after, airplane bases. As soon as they get them, they'll start to bomb Pittsburgh, Detroit, places like that.
Man, we sure bombed the daylights out of them yesterday. Oh, another drink, Tim.
Coming right up.
How about let me buy you one?
No, thanks.
Might as well have another. You know what the fellow says, drink and be merry, for tomorrow we die.
I'd rather not, thanks.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
How's the blood bank?
It's fine. We set a new record this week.
You set a record with me a long time ago. Give me a beer, Tim. Well, they turned me down again today.
The Air Force?
Navy this time. Air Force doesn't want me. Army doesn't want me. Navy doesn't want me.
I want you.
That's the best thing I've heard today.
I mean it, too. Why wouldn't the Navy take you?
Same old story. More men than they have weapons for. Soldier's no good without a gun, and a sailor's no good without a ship.
Don't let it get you down, chum. Remember old Tim's motto, let Jack do it.
Jack?
Yeah, George's brother.
Oh, you kill me. Let's get out of here.
Right now?
Right now.
I'm with you.
Hey, Vince, you forgot your beer.
You drink it.
Why not?
Tim, you're a character. What are you going to do now that there's a war on?
Same thing I did in the last couple of wars. Shake Dacre.
Emergency announcement. Radar screens have picked up unidentified aircraft approaching New York. The red alert is on. I repeat, emergency announcement. Unidentified planes approaching New York. The red alert is on.
Do you suppose they're really going to bomb New York?
They threatened to. It was on the news wire. We didn't want to release it and start a panic.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all.
I know what you mean. I think we were afraid because we were drifting. We didn't know where we were going. Carla, there may not be much time left. But in the few days there are, I want to spend them with you.
I want that, too. I want it very much.
There they are.
Like London and the Blitz.
That is the target.
Home's away.
Polly.
He's hit. Polly. Polly.
First estimates indicate that more than 30,000 dead were the victims of the A bombing of New York City when an enemy plane pierced our defenses and dropped its deadly cargo late last night. And only the heavy steel and concrete construction of the city's skyscrapers held down the death toll, as more than 50,000 injured filled New York hospitals alone. City and state civilian defense workers are on a 24-hour shift, and aid is pouring into New York City from every direction.
Any further report on the New York attack?
Here are some air pictures of the damage. About a third of the city has been quarantined.
Radiation. How did the radiation casualties compare with the direct fatalities?
No report on that yet.
What's his purpose? Why should he capture one small part of the Pacific coast and then stop?
He may be stockpiling A-bombs to hit our industrial centers, in which case this may have been a probing attack to test our defenses.
Today we make the critical attack. 10,000 special paratroops. Every man speak English. Every man wear United States uniform. We attack city of Washington. Our big generals are there. All government officers. We killed these people today. Our soldiers. What is the word for Boshatslik?
Infilter?
Ah, yeah. Infilter. Our soldiers infiltrate and assassinate. No one left to give order. No command for the army. No leader for the government.
Could the bombing of New York be a diversion? To keep all our air strength away from the West?
Well, it could be. Perhaps that's what he wants us to think. Perhaps he'd like us to send everything west and leave the East Coast unprotected. I don't believe we've seen his main attack yet. Put the red alert on everywhere.
Unidentified craft, Section Charlie, Zone 4. Looks like a transport. Yes, that's the third. Better go after it.
Group 3, rendezvous at Section Baker. Get going, fellas.
Let's go! Unidentified transport planes. Big boy. That's the Joker. One south, one east, and one north.
You sent out interceptors?
After all three.
You don't suppose...
There have been no reports from the west, sir.
Bring post 21.
Yes, sir.
And so, in this critical hour, I call upon the Congress of the United States to back its military leaders with the last dollar, the last man-hour of labor, the last American life.
headquarters, priority line. Hello.
They've landed where? Yes, yes. Across the Potomac. In American uniforms. Stand by for orders. Double the companies guarding the White House, the Capitol, the Senate building, and the House.
Yes, sir.
And have them challenge everybody, no matter what uniform.
Halt. Who goes there? Company B, 183rd Infantry. 183rd, that's an Illinois outfit, ain't it?
Yes? Yes, Chicago, Illinois.
You ever go see the Cubs play?
Cubs? Cub is a young animal, a bear.
Sergeant the guard! Sergeant the guard! Halt! Who goes there?
If we, as members of Congress, have ever been lacking in vigor in our nation's defense, if we have ever failed to realize the urgency of the nation's peril, let us be doubly vigilant now. Let us set an example of fighting Americanism for the whole nation to follow. Let us continue to...
Gentlemen! Gentlemen! The enemy is attempting to seize the seat of government! We are surrounded!
Hold it. Sorry.
The secretary, gone.
Murdered. Do you have any casualty lists of the attack on the Senate? How many? Including who? Thanks, I'll get back to you. Do you remember what Senator Baker said when the military appropriations bill came up for vote?
He said we could safely reduce our armed forces by half.
He wasn't only wrong, he's dead.
Enemy demands surrender of my state or threatens to atom bomb our principal cities. Can you protect me? Signed, Governor Clayton. Can you?
How do we stand?
We're driving him out of the city. In another 24 hours, the government will be safe.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Gentlemen, they've invaded New York.
I've been looking out the window here at our improvised radio transmitter. And I saw hundreds of enemy troops moving in the streets below. It's only a matter of minutes before they find us and take the station off the air.
Vince, they're coming into the building now.
But in the little time we have left, I want to tell you how proud you can be of the ordinary citizen of New York. It seems every man and boy today has become a guerrilla fighter. I saw taxi drivers use their cabs as weapons to mow down enemy troops. I saw high school boys attack enemy tanks with pop bottles full of gasoline. I saw mounted policemen become a fighting cavalry.
We take over now.
The People's Government of America will take the wealth from the greedy, the speculators, and the capitalistic bourgeoisie, and distribute it among the workers, whose labor will never again be exploited for the benefit of the warmongers of Wall Street. The People's Government brings the citizens of New York a new freedom, a freedom based on order, a freedom based on loyalty to the leaders of the party, your party, which will work hand in hand with the Marxist democratic leadership of all other nations, so that never again will war be necessary among the civilized peoples of the world.
Broadcast the glories of the new order.
Not going to broadcast for them.
What do you think? Hey, Buster, do you mind if we sit down?
All right, sit down.
Look. Hey, look, you guys, don't you drink whiskey? Good whiskey? I drink it myself over there.
Ah, whiskey. Whiskey good, ah.
You try trick, I kill you. Your woman, too.
No tricks, no tricks.
Good whiskey.
Look, baby, I tricked them into bringing me here. I'm going to get you out.
You don't know how wonderful it is. Just to see your face. To know that you're alive.
I never thought I'd see you again either.
Vince, if we could just stay together.
We should have met another time, honey. A year ago, a month.
A month ago, I wanted a mink stove. I thought it was important. Vince, if I had my life to live over again.
That's what everybody's saying, honey.
You drink whiskey, too.
Please. No.
She doesn't want any.
Drink.
Listen, honey.
Get out! Get out of here! He's dead. Now you, my woman.
You're alive.
Hey, didn't we fly to the West Coast together, you and me?
Yes. Well, what are we doing back here? We are in New York, aren't we?
Are you kidding?
The man that was sitting behind that brandy glass, where is he?
Holman? Well, I guess he left. And hey, he went out without paying for his drink.
You know who he is?
Well, yeah, he's some kind of a fortune teller. Hypnotizes people, he says. Tells them what's going to happen. A phony if I ever saw one.
Am I, Tim?
That's for the drink. You asked for me, Congressman. Did you enjoy your little excursion into the future?
Thank you. Mass hypnotism. That's what it was.
Exactly.
And all that stuff about the enemy taking over my plant. It isn't on the level, is it? It isn't really going to happen.
It is, unless you do something to stop it. Tomorrow springs from today like water from a rock. If you want to change what you will become, first change what you are.
That goes for everybody.
That goes for everybody. Good day, everybody.
Well, I guess I've got to be going. Maybe make some of those tank parts.
I'll be going with you as far as Washington. I've got some things to do also.
I'm in on this, too. So long, Tim.
So long, fellas. Come back again.
Finished with your drink?
Yes, but
I'll take care of her.
Is that the way you want it? Okay. Good luck to the both of you.
I guess it's my turn. Do you happen to know the address of the nearest blood bank?
I'll show you the way.
Father of our country, George Washington, said, "To be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving peace."
Эти американские папиросы, они очень хорошие.
Speak English, comrade. Remember, that is about the only freedom you do not have in this town. This American town.
Americans, we have too many freedoms.
That is another thing you must remember, comrade. For one day it will be your mission to destroy those bourgeois capitalist freedoms.
Frightening, isn't it? From all appearances, this community could be in Iowa, California, or Tennessee. It looks like an American town. As American as apple pie and ice cream. As a matter of fact, you can find apple pie here and ice cream, too. But appearances are deceptive. This is not an American town. However, it may be assumed that such a town does exist, shrouded in secrecy and protected by utmost security, deep behind the Iron Curtain. You might call this a college town, communist style, as part of a long-range plan to destroy our free way of life. These young communists are studying the economic, political, and religious institutions that are the very heartbeat of America. The courses here in this strangest of all schools: espionage as a science, propaganda as an art, sabotage as a business. This nameless American city, deep in the vastness of the Soviet Union, it stands as a symbol of Russian treachery, of long-range communist conspiracy. This town may appear to be an accurate likeness of a typical American community, but it's a fraud. It isn't free. Now, let's take a look at a genuine American town and a genuine American. I want you to meet Jerry Donovan. He's proud of his country, but prone to take his liberties for granted. Oh, he's aware that someone must assume responsibility for those liberties, for our free way of life. Yet, when there's a job to be done, Jerry, like so many Americans, is apt to ask, why me?
Anybody home? Well, hi there, partners. What? Hey, what is this?
You fat guy, take away our lens. What? He's on the warpath. You better send for the cavalry. Take him prisoner. Tie him up on a hill of red ants.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't have no whack ants.
You sit on ant hill.
Now, you got this all wrong. You see, I happen to be a good guy.
Sit.
Yes, sir.
Hey, where are you going? Get him honey. Ants love honey.
Oh, now, just a minute.
All right, Indians, time to wash up. Dinner's almost ready. Right now. Dessert in the wigwam later.
Oh, come on.
Well, you saved me from a fate worse than death.
Oh?
How come we're eating dinner so early tonight?
Well, don't you remember you have a union committee meeting tonight? I just want to make sure you could make it.
They don't expect me. I told them that your folks were coming here for dinner tonight.
Oh, honey, Mom and Dad aren't due in for another week yet. Now you have plenty of time for the meeting, huh?
Helen, you don't understand. I knew that your folks weren't going to be here tonight.
You knew? Well, then why all the
I just
nonsense?
told that to the fellas to keep from going tonight.
Oh.
Besides, my favorite TV show is on. You wouldn't want me to miss that, would you? Would you?
Well, Jerry, you missed the last meeting. Don't you think you should be there?
Honey, nothing ever happens at those meetings. Just a bunch of guys sitting around listening to themselves talk. Now, the important thing that really has me worried is what's for dinner tonight, stew or hamburger?
Ha, ha, ha. There.
Oh, boy.
You like that?
That smells good.
I thought so. Jerry, would you say that I was a nag?
Oh, no more than average.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to be just this once.
Why?
Well, this morning you told me that you wouldn't be able to make the PTA meeting next Wednesday, right?
That is right. Old Mrs. Potter reminds me of a lovesick hippo. Besides, Wednesday's my bowling night.
Oh, Jerry, can't you think of anything besides bowling and then television?
Well, the way you talk about that PTA, you'd think it was some kind of a hush-hush government meeting to determine the future of the nation. They can struggle along without me.
Well, what about Jimmy's father-son banquet tomorrow night? He's been counting on that for weeks, you know that.
Well, now that is different. Wouldn't miss that for the whole world. Besides, I wrote my speech already.
Oh?
Yeah, I've been rehearsing it all week. Listen to this. Members of Troop 28 are gathered here tonight to discuss the ways and means of finding homes for Trooper Ryan's 6 new collie pups. How's that sound?
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
No, I can hear them applauding already.
Well,
no, listen, just one more question. Just one. What about your reserve meeting, your next one? You missed the last one, and you missed the one. Well, honey, you
go
did.
to all of those. All right, I'll tell you what. I will talk to my secretary in the morning and find out if my schedule will permit me to go to the next one. Would you quit bugging me?
Bill Martin's here. I asked him to stay for dinner.
Hey, that's good. I wanted to talk to Bill about how his team can beat State this year.
Again?
Well, he didn't listen to me last time. Now, Bill, this is the play you've got to watch out for. Now, their quarterback takes the snapback. Right. He hands off the left half, who goes wide.
Hey, Mom. Linda's putting coffee on her strawberry. Linda put coffee on a strawberry.
All right. You finish your dinner now. You can be excused.
Night, Daddy.
Good night, beautiful.
Listen, you please, will you?
Night, Daddy.
Night, Jimmy.
Night.
You be a good boy.
Coffee on a strawberry? Oh, well, I never thought.
Hey, go to bed.
Is there something on your mind?
How can you tell?
Want to break up the huddle?
Now, Bill, this is a play you've really got to look out for.
All right, fellas. Half time. Linda?
Well, Bill and I have given serious consideration to the situation, taking into account our ages and... Oh, Daddy, Mother, We want to get married. I'm sorry to spring it on you so suddenly, Mother. I suppose it came as an awful surprise, but...
Really, sweetheart. Congratulations, Bill, and I might add, you're a very lucky young man.
Thank you.
Daddy?
Well, if everybody's through kissing each other, I think there are a few things we ought to iron out. Now, don't get me wrong. Bill, I like you, you know. I'm not against the marriage. Matter of fact, I think it'd be a fine idea. 4 or 5 years.
In 4 or 5 years?
You're both too young to get married right now.
Mr. Donovan, I'm going to marry your daughter. And I'm not going to wait 4 or 5 years to do it. Thanks for dinner. I'll talk to you later.
Good night, Bill.
Bill!
Linda.
Honey, now let them go. Yes. Sweet dreams.
Picture of an American retiring for the night, going to bed in comfort, without worries or problems. Well, almost without problems. Linda and Bill may mean momentary worry, but in America there's always tomorrow, with its bright promise. And problems will work out. Somehow things always work out. Now in a few minutes, Jerry Donovan will be asleep. But tonight, instead of the sweet dreams his wife wished him, let's give Jerry a nightmare. A real red nightmare. Now, you remember that Russian town we saw earlier? The town that looked like it belonged in Kansas or Ohio or Vermont? Let's lift that town out of the Soviet Union. Let's superimpose it on Jerry's hometown. And those precious freedoms Jerry so complacently accepts. Let's see how many freedoms Jerry might lose if suddenly he had to live under communist domination.
Johnny, will you hurry up with the coffee?
All right. I've only got one pair of hands.
Jerry's a little confused. Things seem different now, and they should, because freedom has suddenly vanished.
Your permit number, please.
Permit number? Operator, I don't have a permit. I just want to call my house. I want to talk to my wife.
No personal calls are allowed without a permit from the commissar. You will get off the line, please.
But operator... Say what gives. Come along, comrade.
Now that you've become acquainted with the enlightened communist system, in contrast to the outdated capitalistic way of life, you are now prepared for the next step of your indoctrination, which will be most difficult. When the moral fiber of the United States weakens and the economy collapses under the pressure of competitive coexistence, you will assume control. You will move into every phase of American political and economic life. It will be your responsibility, comrades, to purge the minds of the reactionary Americans so that they will welcome the enlightened Soviet system and conform without resistance to the dictatorship of the proletariat. Again, my congratulations, comrades. Continue the good work.
Say, could you tell me what...
Yes, comrade.
Nothing. Nothing, never mind.
Thank God you're all right.
I have something to do.
Gee, Hill, I'm sorry I'm late. Something strange happened. Something very strange. I was standing in the plaza...
Never mind that. But you are disturbing the children. Their meals are to be consumed without interruption.
I don't blame you for being sore, but I'll make it up to you. Tomorrow night, we'll have an early dinner at the steakhouse. Then we'll take the kids to the drive-in movie.
That will be quite impossible. Tomorrow night, you've been selected to address the Parent-Teachers Committee.
The what? Oh, no, there must be some mistake. They don't want me. What would I talk about? How Jimmy's team lost the Little League championship last year?
The subject of your address has already been selected for you. The theme will be how the new communistic life benefits children.
Now, wait a minute. What if I don't want to talk about that? What if I don't want to talk at all?
I would advise you not to object. Recently, the party learned that you were on the debate team while in school. They were very disturbed that you kept this fact a secret from them. Experienced speakers are needed by the party. They'll make very good use of you.
Sergeant, check the kitchen. You look in the back. I'll be upstairs. Hey!
What is this? Where do you think you're going?
We have no time for explanations. Already, we are 15 minutes behind schedule.
I don't care who sent your why. You're not going to take another step until I see your warrant.
Warrant? We need no warrant. As a member of the Young Communist League, your daughter has volunteered for farm work. She's to be transported immediately. The truck is waiting outside.
Now, wait a minute. Let me get something straight. You say my daughter volunteered?
That is correct. Here's the signature. Requesting transport to the People's Collective.
Signature on that piece of paper is false. And everything you've said is a lie because my daughter would never leave here of her own free will.
Sergeant!
You've got no right to be in this house. I'm going to give you just 10 seconds to get out of here.
Daddy? It's true, Daddy. I did volunteer for farm work.
Linda, why?
The party convinced me that I should free myself of the lingering bourgeois influence of family life. I am ready.
Honey.
Do not interfere. It is for my own good.
And Comrade Donovan, do not think that your deviationist remarks shall be overlooked. They will be reported to the proper authorities.
Helen. Hey, what's this quarter business?
That's today's work, comrade.
Hello, Pete. Having a little trouble. Bertha doesn't seem to be in a working mood.
The lathe must be fixed immediately. You have a quota to fulfill. If you fail, we'll all be held responsible.
I'm doing the best I can. Quota or no quota. I can't do anything till I get this fixed.
Well, then I advise you work during your lunch hour. The quota must be met, and Comrade Commissar isn't interested in excuses.
Yeah, I overslept. The kids get off to Sunday school all right? Well, it's a beautiful day. As they get back from Sunday school, why don't we all pile into the car and go over... Hey, what is this? Someone going on a trip?
You could call it a trip. Actually, the children are going away to a state school.
Now, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I don't know what's happened to you or what they've done to change you, but you're not going to send these kids away.
Oh, she's not sending us away. It was our idea. We learned in school that home life does not encourage the growth of the collective character which the party wishes to develop in its young people. It's your fault. You should have spent more time training us to think along party lines. As a member of the Young Pioneers, it will be my duty to report you.
You better listen to me. All of you. I don't want to hear any more talk about state schools and party lines and collective character and deviationism. It's going to be a family again, and I know just where to start. You two are going to Sunday school, and you're going right now.
Mommy, tell her!
It's no use to argue.
Mom!
This time, I'm going to overrule the party. Come on.
Dad!
They've been poisoning you kids with those lies long enough. Now you're really going to find out what the truth is all about.
We tried to tell you, Dad, but you wouldn't listen. There is no more Sunday school. Please take us home now, Daddy. Everybody's looking at us.
It's a mistake. Somebody made a big mistake. Come on, we're going to get this straightened out right now. Come on. Come on inside. Come on, Jimmy. What's happened? What have they done?
Keep your voice down, comrade. Otherwise, I shall have to report you.
Who put these displays in here? This is a house of worship.
You are mistaken. This is the People's Museum. And I warn you once more.
This place is a lie. Everything about it is false. This was not invented by a Russian. The man's name was Bell, Alexander Graham Bell. And he was an American. Get that, comrade. Everything on this table is as phony as the town. The rotten system you call communism.
Comrade Donovan, you are accused of the following crimes against the state: subversion, deviationism, and treason. You have been given this opportunity to make a public confession of your treacherous violations.
Just a minute. This is supposed to be a trial. Who says I'm guilty of anything? Where's your proof?
The state needs no proof. It is up to you to prove your innocence.
How can I prove my innocence if I don't know what I'm accused of? Subversion against whom? Deviationism from what? Treason against what government?
The prisoner has been given his opportunity to confess. I ask now that he be sentenced.
Now, wait a minute. You've got to listen to me. They say I'm guilty of crimes against the state, but it's the state that committed the crimes. They broke into my home without a warrant. Armed soldiers. They took away my daughter. They desecrated a house of worship and replaced religious objects with phony displays, and they called it a museum. They even tried to turn my own kids against me. My wife. Helen, you were there. You know that what I'm saying is true. Tell them.
Mrs. Donovan, this document contains your signed statement. It proves that your husband tried to turn your children against the communist state. Is the statement true?
Yes.
Lieutenant Martin, Comrade Kucheznov, Comrade Malenko. These documents contain your signed statements. They prove that Comrade Donovan is guilty of deviationism and treason. I want you to tell the court. If these statements are correct, I will ask you each in turn. Comrade Kucheznov.
Yes, the statement is true.
Comrade Malenko.
True.
Lieutenant.
The statement's true.
There's no need to continue this trial. The evidence against the prisoner is overwhelming. I ask now that he be sentenced immediately.
I want to see those statements. And maybe I'll have a few words to say in my own defense.
The prisoner will step back into the box. There is no need to examine the statements of the witnesses. The prisoner stands condemned by his own words. He has challenged the supreme authority of the state. He has questioned its practices and its decisions. And by these actions, he has proved himself to be a dangerous enemy to the proletariat. And he must be treated as such, as an ugly remnant of a diseased bourgeois class. He must be eradicated before the contagion can spread. Comrade Donovan, you are hereby sentenced to be shot. Comrade Donovan. Comrade Donovan, do you know why you're here?
I can guess.
Do you have any last requests?
Yes. We really need these? I don't think I'll be going anywhere.
Nevertheless, I'm afraid they're necessary. Comrade Donovan, you've been convicted of crimes against the supreme communist government. Being an enemy of the state, you must be liquidated. I have been commissioned to carry out your sentence.
What, no firing squad?
I'm afraid not. However, as a last favor from the government, you are hereby granted one final chance to confess your crimes. If you wish, a recorder will be summoned to take down your statement.
I have a statement to make, all right, but you can deliver it. You just tell your government that someday its own people are going to get wise to it. Someday there's going to be enough holes in that iron curtain that all of your people will be able to escape to freedom. You'll never be able to build a wall strong enough to hold them. My own countryman once said, you can't fool all of the people all of the time. Believe me, you communists can't keep fooling the entire world. You can't even keep fooling your own people. Because the news about communism is getting around. That it's only another word for slavery.
Don't worry, Jerry. That bullet will never reach you. Because it's time to bring you back from your red nightmare. What you have seen is not entirely fiction. Greater brutality is taking place right now in countries which have been swallowed up by the communist machine. We know that Jerry is waking. Let's see if his dream has impressed him.
Helen?
Yes, darling.
Helen?
Honey, the kids polished off the eggs. Would you mind cereal?
Cereal will be fine, just fine.
I'll get it just.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Daddy, will you buy me a new space helmet?
Oh, what?
He's gone from wide open spaces to outer space.
Oh, he is he? Yeah, I guess we can put you in orbit all right. You get a space helmet.
Hey, Mom! Mom!
Hello,
Hello there.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Mr. Donovan. Bill? If you two kids don't have this car in shape by now, I don't think you ever will. If you'd like to talk some more about that marriage business, you better catch me while I'm in a good mood.
Oh, Daddy. We've got something to tell you.
Now, you haven't run off.
No, that we haven't done. But we have decided to wait. Not 5 years, mind you. But at least I've finished my hitch in the service.
That's a wise decision, Bill. Yes, indeed, I think that's a very wise decision. How about some breakfast?
Good idea.
Let's go.
Jerry knows now, so he'll never forget it. Responsibilities are a privilege, an inherent American right, the strength of our nation. The bright hopes of a free world are founded on the dedication of individual Americans, people who guarantee freedom by standing ready to fight against aggression, against the communist attempts at world enslavement. Freedom is not hereditary. It must be earned. Freedom has a price, and its price is vigilance. Its price is responsibility, not only of government, but of every citizen who salutes our flag. Those who serve as a part of our nation's armed might, and those who have served, they guarantee freedom's continued existence. Freedom. No single word in all the languages of mankind has come to mean so much. Freedom to enjoy the simple things of life in the circle of family and friends. Freedom to work at a vocation of our choosing. To vote in open elections for the candidate we believe best qualified. To come, to go as we please. Freedom to own property. To enjoy the priceless heritage of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To marry and raise a family with belief in the dignity of the human spirit. To study in the field of our choice. To speak our beliefs. To worship God. These freedoms that spell America. They represent a way of life that has become the farthest advancement of mankind on this planet. To prevent communism from consuming the entire free world, there stands but one man. That man is you.
In the month of October 1957, the Soviet Union was successful in placing an Earth satellite into orbit. In so doing, they changed the entire concept of modern warfare. The story you are about to see would be inevitable should the wrong people gain control of that government.
Hey, Mildred, come here a minute and listen to this.
And so the cogs of an intricate federal machine began to revolve. The task of finding out about the intent of this foreign achievement eventually ended up in the office of the Central Intelligence Group.
We believe it was fired from a base in the Caspian Sea area, using their prototype ICBM as the rocket power to put the satellite in its present orbit. We plotted each circuit of the globe to be in a southwest-northeast direction and to take 96 minutes. That's about all we know, except that it is broadcasting on two common frequencies, and the signal is not coded. What we do not know is whether it is sending out code while over Russia, and if it is, what information it may be given. We think at the moment it may be nothing more than a device for propaganda, but they may have a big jump on us. I'll let Dr. Hemlick explain.
The intercontinental missile program has been held up awaiting some way to get a report on 3 vital points to do with outer space. 1, the exact density of the air at the altitude the missile will travel. 2nd, the effect of radioactivity on such a rocket. 3rd, do the other planets exert enough gravitational pull to cause deviation in the navigational equipment? The whole purpose of a world satellite is to find the answers to these questions. The first country to obtain these information will be able to fire a successful missile within 6 months. You may as well answer it, General. That's all I have to say.
Watkins here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away. Yes, sir. The pencil, please. Thank you. Yes, sir.
The political pressures regarding this matter were terrific. Consequently, it wasn't long before a top-secret coded message reached the desk of George White, Chief of the European Bureau of the Central Intelligence Group.
Thank you very much for your kind cooperation. Yours truly, George White. Would you have that typed up and see that it gets on the courier plane to Washington, please?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Oh, yes, will you send him in? I've been waiting for him. How you doing, John?
Hi, how are you, George?
Good to see you. Sit down. Thanks. Oh, what's up? John, I sent for you because you're the best agent we have.
Thanks, George. But what's the job? When you start passing out compliments, I figure there's usually something pretty big up.
Something big is up. Washington has been on my back for weeks to get somebody into Moscow. They want to find out if the Reds are really on the right track with their satellites.
Well, aren't these satellites just a good propaganda move on their part?
We hope so. But they may be getting data that would put them way ahead of us.
Well, what do you want me to do?
You're going to be flown into Russia, then make your way to Moscow. There you'll contact one of our agents. It's all in here. Incidentally, destroy that after you've read it.
Yeah, I will.
The agent is a girl, but we think that she's the right one for the job.
A girl? Oh, that sounds interesting.
Remember, John, we want information, not a repetition of that affair in Vienna.
Oh, that was completely different. Seriously, George, when do I go?
Right now. I'll drive you to a little airport outside of town. One of our best pilots will take you in a special civilian plane. And, John, I've no need to tell you, if you're caught, we'll have to say that we never heard of you.
I've been through that before, remember? Is it okay if I stop by my apartment and pick up a toothbrush?
Sure. Let's go.
White drove Manston to a tiny civilian airfield. Here they met the pilot, who was to fly the agent as far into Russia as was practicable. They were using a civilian plane with civilian markings to avoid as much suspicion as possible, and with the slim hope that if caught, they could pretend to be 2 innocent civilians who had strayed off course. White himself was not happy as the little plane lifted into the air. It is never pleasant to send a personal friend into such danger, but this job had to be done, and the best man had to do it. During the flight, all papers were first memorized, then destroyed, except for the false ones that identified the 2 men as tourists. It was not possible to proceed all the way to Moscow, the ultimate destination. The range of the little plane was not sufficient. Also, the vicinity of the Russian capital was too heavily guarded for a landing. Therefore, it was necessary to put down soon after crossing the border of the Soviet Union. There was a small vacant pasture, which the pilot had used before. After leaving the plane, Manston could expect no further help until he reached his contact. This meant traveling by the most inconspicuous ways possible, walking when necessary, and keeping constantly on the alert. At this rate, Moscow lay 1 to 5 weeks away. The capital was apparently peaceful and prosperous under its present regime, but attention was growing, and rumors were beginning to spread about the possibility of the military taking over control of the government. The people were not in favor of this, but military minds do not often consider the desires of the layman when making their plans. Once Manston got to the metropolitan area of Moscow, he found it easier to get about, as there were many tourists from the Western European countries in and around the Russian capital. His instructions had been clear. go to a certain cafe, and wait for a chance to make contact with the agent who was to act as his intermediary. On the surface, Manston was calm, but underneath was a growing fear that perhaps the political situation would disintegrate so quickly he would be unable to complete his mission. As the girl appeared, his immediate concern was to establish contact without being observed. On this action hinged the success of his entire mission.
Hello?
Did anyone see you?
No, I waited till the porter went upstairs to the floor above. You look different in these clothes.
May I verify your papers? What are your plans?
First, I must find out if you feel the same way now as you did 2 years ago when you contacted our legation in Turkey.
Yes, I do. I haven't changed my mind. My family was killed resisting the Germans. I escaped to Turkey and later married one of your airmen. He was killed in an accident, and that's when I made my decision. I was told to return here, and I would be contacting. But why have they waited so long?
You were being saved for the big one. And this is the big one. Through your contacts, we have to find out if the Reds have gained any advantage through Sputnik. And if so, how much?
Well, I can tell you this much now. They have all the information they want.
How do you know that?
In a way, even your Mr. George White in Germany hasn't learned. Last month, I became the mistress of the Minister of Defense. When the pig gets drunk, he talks.
What a setup.
I don't know exactly what data they've received from the satellite, but I heard him say it was enough for the engineers to complete their missile design. They all seem very elated.
I wouldn't wonder. Look, I'm going to have to get this back to headquarters as quickly as possible. It'll take them a couple of weeks to contact me with further instructions. In the meantime, I think it would be best if I stayed here. Well, that is, if you don't mind.
I don't mind, but in this case, well, I want to help all I can, but when Joseph gets drunk, he comes here. And for your own sake, I don't think you want to overhear some of the things that happen.
Look, in this business, I have to do a lot of things I don't like to do. If you can stand it, so can I. Okay, roommates?
Okay.
Oh, they've received at least some of the data they needed. I'm sure now they're ahead of us. I know the budget cut slowed you down. Good Lord, man, I'm not blaming the aircraft industry. I'm only asking you all to redouble your efforts. All right, as soon as our satellite is up, you'll get the data you need. But in the meantime, Arthur, just guess. And for all our sakes, guess right.
The aircraft industries did respond. Extra shifts were added. New factory space became available. Most important of all, the inventive and manufacturing genius of American industry was turned to the job at hand, to build a successful intercontinental missile. New manufacturing techniques, many of which were still only in the planning stage, were pushed to completion and put into effect. It was now possible for a section or even an entire factory to be completely controlled from one central point. Automation meant that every stage of manufacture could be minutely inspected during every production process. Fantastic standards of accuracy and unbelievable production records became commonplace. With many different models becoming available, it remained for the final testing to indicate which design had sufficient potential to be developed into a production model. Not only did the final model have to be capable of probing deep into space in search of vital scientific data, its military potential was to be such as to discourage enemy attacks on the North American continent and on the millions of American people. As construction reached a peak, so did the tension. Millions upon millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money had been spent without adequate proof that such a project was even feasible. Before an intercontinental missile could be successful, engineers had to solve many new and insoluble problems. One of the most important was the design of the nose cone. So far, no material had been able to withstand the tremendous heat generated by the rocket re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Costly as it was, the only way to make progress was by testing, testing, and testing still again. As each new design was ready to be proved in actual flight, it was sent to Cape Canaveral. With it went the engineers who designed it, nervously awaiting the few moments that would spell success or failure for their months and years of painstaking work. A failure would have to be retested later. Tremendous cost. A successful flight would add one or two more precious scraps of data to America's steadily growing fund of information about rockets and their behavior.
I'm sorry. I got rid of him as fast as I could.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm okay. You look like you got the worst of it.
Hi, tell me, did you find out anything?
Yes, I did, but I'm afraid it's not good. There has been a split in the Presidium. Tomorrow, the military are going to push for a showdown. They want to strike as soon as the missile is finished, and while your country is still unable to retaliate.
Well, when will their missile be ready?
I don't know. A lot depends on the vote tomorrow.
Hard to believe that a group of civilized men could sit around and calmly discuss how to murder 5 or 6 million others.
For the first time, we're ahead of the world. Such a power can do unbelievable things.
Well, looks like you maybe picked the wrong side.
I'm happy with my choice.
The Marshal has called this meeting to consider the use of Sputnik for military purposes. He now turns to the Minister of Economy and asks his opinion. The Minister replies that he doesn't feel that the economy can stand a war at this time, maybe in 10 or 20 years. The Marshal replies that time is short, that's impossible. The Marshal now asks his staff and the Defense Minister if they concur with him in this, and they say that they do. However, the other ministers do not agree. The Marshal is very annoyed and asks them why it is they feel they can't go along with him in this action. He emphasizes that he has the punch, the advantage of surprise, and the first rockets. The Marshal emphasizes that a destroyed New York would give full and absolute control of America to them.
Our agent in Moscow has gotten this information through. There's a new clique assumed power in the Kremlin, the militarists, and they're considering launching a missile as soon as they can. Now, I'll lay my cards on the table. If we can't come up with something better within a reasonable time, this country is going to witness the most frightful disaster it has ever seen. You've got to give me the answer. You've got to give me something.
We've whipped the problem of the skin friction on the warhead. Now that we have our own satellite up, we can modify the navigational equipment. And we're working on a device to protect the rocket from meteorites and radioactivity. Well, give us time. We will give you your missile.
Time? We have no time.
Had we half the money that was appropriated for such worthy projects as cheese price supports, we would have had our ICBM long ago.
I know, but you realize what a peacetime general is up against. But, Eric, at any rate, you now have all the resources of the country behind you. Yeah. And God grant that we may not be too late.
Ah, cheers. Ah, George. Ah, George. Ah, George. Now, how about the actual? George. Gee. George.
He's asleep. When he eats like this, nothing can awaken him.
I wish I knew what was going on inside that brain of his.
Perhaps you will. He's going on an inspection trip to the missile site, and he wants me to go with him.
When?
He leaves on the train in the morning. That's why the celebration tonight. At the slightest excuse, he drinks, and when he's drunk, he wants me. Not for a nice party or dinner, but only here. Why can't he go home to his wife?
Oh, don't think about it. Sometimes when I'm in that closet and he's out here, I'd like to come out here and...
It has to be. I really don't mind.
But I do.
Far to the north lay this fully operational missile base. Standing ready, an intercontinental missile capable of completely destroying a city thousands of miles distant.
Ну ладно, господа, а сейчас наверх пойдем ракету смотреть. А ты, мой друг, пойдешь со мной? Не могу. Ты старый. Ну хорошо, оставайся.
Маной, иди.
Контрольная комната порядочно.
Согласна. Все в порядке.
Я очень рад. Здравствуйте. Где же капитан? Скорей, капитан, скорей. Вот ракета.
Да.
Хорошо, это красавица. Я думаю, мы поближе подойдем, да?
Пожалуйста.
Ну и красавица. Какая громадная.
Вот
высокая.
она.
Согласен
Да.
со мной? Ну, хорошо, это прекрасно.
Да.
Поздравляю вас, господин капитан, с хорошей работой.
Спасибо. Да, поздравляю. Спасибо. Пожалуйста.
Значит, мы готовы.
Все готово. Все в порядке.
Watkins. Oh, hi, dear. No, why don't you go ahead and eat without me? We're testing tomorrow. Oh, I'll be here all night finishing this paperwork. Well, why don't you and Helen take in a movie? Honey, I just have to get these reports out tonight. I know, we've been through all this before. Okay, good night.
Each test flight had its accompanying tensions, but this was the most important flight yet to be scheduled. Several entirely new concepts of missile design were incorporated into this one model. Due to the tremendous pressure being exerted by both military and civilian agencies as a result of the alarming military situation, certain component parts were incorporated into this bird without being exhaustively pre-tested, which up to now was standard operating procedure. Time was running desperately short. The hopes of America and the millions of dollars invested in the missile race up to this point depended upon the successful flight of this one missile. Not only was it important that the satellite be successfully launched into orbit for propaganda and scientific purposes, but at the same time, the rocket itself would be proved capable of carrying a nuclear warhead to any point in the world. Everything had to work without fail.
So we were just switching to radar controls and everything went boom. Does not mean we do not have a successful missile that can pinpoint a target 6,000 miles away. It was just bad luck.
Bad luck? That's putting it mildly. I was counting very heavily on this test.
I'm sure we have an operational missile. One more test will prove it. In 2 weeks, we'll be ready to try again.
2 weeks? We don't have 2 weeks. If this test had been successful, I really think we had a chance to go ahead of the Reds. But now the fate of this country is hanging on a very thin thread. Their failure or our chance at sabotage.
Who are you? What do you want?
Tanya sent me. Look at the note. I was awfully afraid I'd missed you.
She's run away from the minister.
Where is she?
She's up near Leningrad. She asked me to bring you there.
How?
By train. We can make the journey in several short trips. That way we won't need any travel permits. There's a train that leaves at 8:30. I've got the tickets. Will you come?
I guess I have to trust you. My name's Johnny Manston.
Morris Steele, British intelligence.
British intelligence? How did you get mixed up in this?
We rather like to keep our hand in everything. Actually, we've been trying to make contact with Tanya ever since she took up with the minister. Luckily, I had my chance on the train. She says it's imperative that you join her. That's what the note's for.
Well, I'm glad you made it. She says they're about ready to fire the missile.
We better go then.
Okay. I guess I haven't got time to wait for any further orders from Germany.
Господа, газета сообщает, что американская...
The marshal says that newspapers are informing the world that the American attempts to launch their rocket ended in failure. He says that he has called them here to conclude their arguments and finalize the new military position of the Russian rockets.
Все силы пустим и пойдем прямо в атаку.
Careful. He's over there. This is as far as I go. John wants to do the job on his own. I think he's right. You see, these woods are so filled with guards. Alone, he'll stand a better chance. Give him this. Wish him luck.
Thank you. Will you be contacting us again?
I'll try to set contact in Moscow. Tell him to be careful. You know, I sort of like the guy.
Hi.
Johnny. You're safe. I was worried. The police are thick in this area.
Oh, we had a few rough moments, but Morris got us through all right. I owe him quite a lot.
Why did you send him back?
Because it's a one-man job. It'd be tough enough for one, let alone two. Have you any further news?
They're going to fire the rocket at New York tonight.
New York tonight? Aren't they afraid of retaliation?
The test missile crashed on takeoff. Our military feels it'll be 3 weeks before you can put up another.
We don't need rockets. Our Air Force can still drop bombs.
The Kremlin is positive that none of your aircraft can get through. Our anti-aircraft rockets have proven 100% effective.
Did Morris give you the TNT? Where's the site from here?
I'll show you.
I told you, I must do it by myself.
You couldn't possibly get in there alone. I've got to go with you, no matter what happens. Do you understand?
I think I do. All right.
Dorothy. Really, old boy, I don't know what you mean. Nobody said I couldn't walk out here. He did.
The power stations and the controls are over there, but they're heavily guarded. I think we'd have a better chance of getting in the compound from the other side.
Okay, let's go.
We nas plenty.
Давай.
Anglican.
So you're an Englishman. Let me see your papers authorizing you to be in this area.
Well, actually, all I have are...
Mr. Steele, might I ask you why you're in this district when your papers clear you only to Leningrad?
Well, actually, I'm afraid I lost my way.
I am not amused. Do you realize the seriousness of being found on this military reservation?
Yes, I do, and I'm sorry. In fact, if you'll give me one of your chaps to show me the way back to the main road, why, I'll be on my way to Leningrad and attend to my business.
Perhaps you were spying on us. Sabotage, maybe. Were you alone?
Of course I was alone. Look, nobody told me at the embassy that I couldn't go out and take a bit of a walk in the woods. I simply lost my way.
You are lying. You'll tell me who was with you.
I've told you before, I was alone. What else could I say to you?
We'll see. I'll deal with you later.
Караул, здесь! Караул, здесь! Я слышал шум там. Иди посмотри, шпиона. Скорей, иди. Я слышал шум там. Шпиона, иди посмотри. Леса, скорей, скорей. Иди.
Come on, step down here. That's it. Come on, right across now. Yeah.
Sтой! Don't stop. Come on. Come on. Sтой!
Johnny, just go on. I'm all right. Don't worry about me.
Он будет стрелять! Стой! Стой! Головой! Павел, выстрел! Рядовой! Стреляй! Стреляй! Осторожно! Караул! Караул! Скорей! Слушаю! Поможи мне! Быстро! Осторожно! Возьми быстро в лес! Hey, Tanya! Tanya, we did it! Where are you, Tackett?
Bill, I'm frightened. Please don't go in today. Lots of men are staying home until these air raids are over.
I can't work over the phone like they can. You know that. Besides, I have to go.
Just like you had to go to Korea, and before that, Formosa. We were younger then. Now we have little Bill. You have to face your responsibilities.
That's what I'm doing. Pat, in case of a raid, there's nothing I could do for you and Bill. Here you'll be safe. But I can be of help on the air. Pat, in a real emergency, people will have to depend on radio completely. Besides, you can't believe all those phony stories and rumors the papers pick up and print.
Maybe I'm silly. If anything should happen to you, I don't know what I'd do.
Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen to me. Well, there's my train. Please, Pat, don't worry.
Well, so long, honey.
So if you want me to go out with you tonight, you gotta wear a tie. I'm tired of everyone thinking my husband's a bum.
I am a bum. Except for one thing.
What's that?
I'm a rich bum. I got $20 and I'll blow it all on you tonight.
$20 or not, you're gonna wear a tie.
Okay. I'll get a special one just for you. With a new dame painted on it.
Very funny. Very funny.
I'll see you.
Good morning, my boy.
Good morning, sir. Why did you ask me to meet you here?
I'm taking no chances. I'm paying you well. Don't leave under any circumstances. How's the market?
Oh, just fine. With the war scare on, you really should make a killing.
Thanks. That's good. Good.
Good morning out there. This is Bill Deal again with the news and views of today. And I must say, for the first time in a long time, the outlook is brighter. The Middle East and the Far East are quiet, at least temporarily, and the Kremlin, through their Foreign Office, has made it known that they're open for discussion on matters that have long been in disagreement. Perhaps the large advances we have recently made in our missile program has caused this new thinking on their part. The successful launchings of our many satellites apparently has closed the gap in the missile race that has existed since they first launched their Sputnik 1 many months ago. It seems apparent that the new powers in the Soviet Union are far more interested in peace and an ending to the Cold War than their predecessors were. It is reported that a very important meeting will take place in the Kremlin at 8:30 p.m. Moscow time today. That will be about 3 hours from now, so we'll try and have something for you in the afternoon news. Now for some local happenings.
Капитан, ты проверил все?
The marshal is asking the captain if he has double-checked everything, mechanical and electrical. He says, now listen carefully, Captain. There cannot be a mistake. This is a great moment in your life. All right, start the countdown. Gentlemen, the ultimate decision has been made.
Приготовляй ракету на выстрел.
работать. Восемь. Наливай кислород. Семь. Закрой кислород. Шесть. Проверь платформу. Пять. Проверь компасные инструменты. Четыре. Проверим всю механизм. Три. Проверь температуру. Два. Проверь ракетный вокзал. Один. Стреляй.
Yes, I know it's important. But the general is on his way from the Pentagon. One moment, please. Here he is now. Two lines, sir.
Watkins here. Yes. Yes. Are you sure it's not an aircraft? Yes. Yes. Have you got a plot on its direction? I see, yes. Okay, keep me informed. Defense Command, please. Hello. This is General Watkins. Now listen. I want a red alert for every area east of the Mississippi River. No further phone service except for civil defense and the military. Put this on all teletypes. At 1400 hours Eastern Standard Time, the Reds fired a missile aimed at the eastern seaboard of the United States. The missile will hit its target in about 10 minutes. No other facts are known, but we'll try to keep you informed. One more thing. Alert all emergency forces in the country. We're going to need them.
Another of those things. I think they're stupid.
So she says I'm a bum because I don't wear a tie. I went out and I bought it. Man alive. Is she gonna love this?
Come on, you guys.
Yeah,
Let
sure.
me see.
This one here's too much.
Wow.
Attention, everyone. This is a red alert. This is a real raid. The Russians have aimed a rocket attack at us. I repeat, this is a red alert. Anyone listening to me now, switch to civil defense. 640 or 1240 on your dial and follow instructions. I repeat, Switch to 640 or 1240 on your dial and get your instructions from Civil Defense. This is a raid. Take shelter and do not make any phone calls. Please keep the lines free for military calls only. You have about 8 minutes. Take cover and listen on 640 or 1240 on your dial for further instructions.
Attention, attention. This is a real raid. Your lives are in danger. Take cover immediately. Attention, this is a real raid. Take cover immediately. Attention, attention.
To those of you still listening, follow these instructions if you can't get underground. Cover yourself with wet newspapers and lie still until the blast has subsided. Don't touch or eat anything, and above all, keep calm and follow instructions. All radios should be turned to Civil Defense at 640 and 1240 on your dial.
Okay, let me have it. That's what I thought, yes. The New York area. Okay, thanks. Buzz bombs, kamikazes, we could always shoot it. This thing is coming straight down. Oh, there's a slim chance. Nike controls, please. This is General Watkins here. Yes, General Watkins. When this missile shows on your scopes, I want you to fire every Nike you have. I know you can't hit it at that speed. But try. Please try. If only we had an operational anti-missile device, we might give some hope to those people out there.
Maybe the Nike will hit.
No, there's no chance of that. This thing is coming in at 18,000 miles an hour. Nothing can stop it.
Taxi!
Help me.
The President has called a meeting of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to discuss retaliation for this unwarranted attack. The White House has been moved to its emergency headquarters, and all military personnel are asked to report to their bases as soon as they safely can. Teletypes are dead. All we can do now is wait. This is Bill Deal, signing off. Pat, dear, if you can hear me, it just dawned on me that I probably won't see you or little Bill again. If this is because I've been stubborn, I'm sorry. because I really love you.
General Watkins. Okay, I'm sure you did. They missed with the Nikes. Give me the White House.
The suburban areas were spared, but metropolitan New York City was almost completely destroyed, with a death toll of well over 3 million. Regardless of possible disagreements over conference tables, in spite of the selfish interests of political factions or special